All right, welcome back. Got a knife here. This thing looks like it's going to be very tough to open. That is no joke right there. I wish I had sharpened my knife before this. I'm going to get to it today, but yeah, now I'm regretting doing it after the unboxing. I don't even know which side of this is okay, that I can open, which I guess is a good execution by the seller. That's really what you want to do. Okay, I see. Oh boy, that's quite a, look at that. That's so interesting. I don't know if the idea there was to show that it got cut open or what. But that is quite an approach for boxing it up. If you know what exactly the seller was doing, feel free to throw it in the comments because I'd be curious to know what the strategy is there with those rubber bands. There's something more secure about that. It's kind of cool. Let's see if that does it. All right. We at least got partial open there. And he's got duct tape in here. Ugh. All right, we're in. And he taped it to the inside and wrapped it. Hang on, I'm gonna do this over here. Holy moly. That is quite some packaging. Whew. Losing my breath just trying to get this thing open. Nearly broke a sweat. All right. This is a newer Rosie. I can actually tell by the box now that I'm noticing these newer ones have a slightly different box. You can see this fits in here a little less snugly, and it's actually kind of nice because you can take the thing out. Whereas on the old ones, sometimes it's kind of hard to get them out. But this is Rosie number 1538. And this is a kind of a cool one because it's the first time they did the dark wash that they do on the scales on the blade. And this isn't the very first one. They actually did that quite a few knives ago. Not a ton, but I don't know, number 1250 or 1350 was a blue scale, I think, if I want to remember correctly. And yeah, really like, it was like a blue anno scale and this dark wash blade, which is pretty cool. It's not quite a stone wash and it's not quite an acid etch. It's like right in between. So maybe I'll pull one of each of those out and show where this kind of fits in from a, from a finish perspective here. But I like it. I like it on first impressions. It looks good. Let me throw something under there so you can kind of see it while I pull out a couple other Rosies. So this would be a Rosie 1058, I think this guy is. Yeah, 1058. So one of the newer stone washed finishes. You can see what that looks like there. Let's get that really side by side. Pretty different, right? Yeah, this thing would be, I think when he made this one, I remember the Instagram, he said, this would be the perfect EDC, I think was his term on it. Because it would just really hide a lot of stuff. Everything here is pretty dark washed and hard to see. The pivot hardware is actually, I think, I have to go back and check the Instagram, but I think it was same as this, kind of like a satin finish on the hardware. But yeah, action's phenomenal on this one. Probably one of the best I've seen, aside from my DLC one. It's like right up there with the DLC coat. That thing's like almost drop shut. Not quite, but very, very good on the action. So that's great to see. And then let me show you an acid etched one. I got one around here somewhere. I think this 522 is an acid etched. Ba-ba-da. This is a sick variant. It's one of my favorites in the collection. This one has the oil slick backspacer and oil slick. It's basically like a Zerk with anno on it or something. And there's the acid etch blade by comparison, or one of the acid etch variants that he did. He did quite a few different acid etch variants over there. So you can see it's kind of in between this guy and this guy. So that's cool. I really wanted to get one of these in hand and see what I thought. I definitely like it. One of the things that bugs me about this finish is it does show fingerprints pretty badly. They get on there. It's not terrible, but it's definitely a bit of a fingerprint magnet. You can kind of see it now from that angle. Whereas this guy, you really can't see it when you touch the blades. That's nice. Overall, love this variant. It's like my favorite variant, but have to say that that blade finish has definitely got something to it. Very nice older one here. Let me get this guy back in his box and out of harm's way here. That's one of my collectors. What do I have here? Smooth polish. Oh yeah. This one's cool. This one's cool too. Just couldn't remember which one that was. Yeah, sweetie. So it's really got the consistent. Now, for me personally, I would actually like dark washing the hardware. I really like when they match. Do I have one like that? I don't think I even have one right now that has that. But that's one of my favorite finishes that they do, is matching the hardware to the handle, and it's all just kind of uniform. But yeah, overall, definitely love what I'm seeing here. And, you know, there's definitely something to be said about this finish. It just feels like a very fine tool in your hand. That's tough, but precision. This thing's definitely got a little more of a luxury feel to it. A little bit of that like Prada, you know, kind of finish to it or something like that with the golf putter. It's definitely a more high quality, like kind of designer feel, I guess, would be sort of my take on it. It's a little fancy, but it is sweet. And the one thing about this finish and this handle is like it really doesn't show much. I wish they did that on the pocket clip too. I think that'd be a really cool thing. I don't know why they don't do that. I think because they always kind of mix up the pocket clips. It's probably not worth the effort or whatever to be milling the pocket clips, but this thing's got a little more of that, like, I want to be hard used feel to it, and it's very smooth, and it feels like a knife's knife. That's one of the best things I could say about it, is it feels like a knife's knife there, whereas the others feel a little more fancy, a little more of that pocket jewelry feel. This is like, put me to use. Let's get to work here, guys. And with 63, 64 Rockwell hardness Magna Cut, you know, this thing could do some serious work for sure. Yeah. Very nice knife. Very nice knife. Really just love what these guys do over there. Anytime I have a chance to get my hands on a new one, just check it out. As much as anything, I'm going to do it. And yeah, I had one that another guy wanted. It was just a trade that we did, so he could get a mag milled variant in trade for this, which makes a hell of a nice carry knife as well, I have to say. But this is good. I'm really impressed with what they did here, and I think that's all for now. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.